Hi, so here's my thought for the day. One of the skills that I have really appreciated learning through my training for ordination has been the skill of observation, of learning how to notice things. They really encourage us to pause and reflect and notice things in our life. And I wanted to tell you a few stories today about noticing things. The other day I was getting ready to do PE with Joe, as I'm sure you are all doing. And I was getting close to 9 o'clock and I ran downstairs and I realised that I had forgotten to put deodorant on. So I ran into my son's bedroom and I picked up a spray can and it was empty. So I picked up the next spray can that was also empty. So then I picked up another spray can. Thankfully it had something in it. So then I sprayed myself with it. And it didn't take very long to realise that was a very odd smell. I then had a look at the can and realised that it was Crep Protect. For those of you who don't know what that is a chemical that you buy to spray on your shoes in order to protect them, to keep white shoes very, very white. And I had just Crep Protected my armpits. But I tell you that story because sometimes I feel like this represents a little bit of life. That sometimes we're on autopilot when it comes to our life and we're not really noticing what we're doing and we're not really noticing what God is doing either. And I don't know where you find yourself in this lockdown. Maybe you are more active than you were before because you're a key worker, an essential worker. And if that's the case, thank you. But maybe you are less active than you were before because you're staying at home. And if that's the case, thank you. Either way, God is still active and he's still at work, and we can develop the skill of noticing what he's up to by simply pausing and reflecting and asking, where do I see God at work today? Where do I notice the activity of God at work in the world? Where do I notice God at work in my community, on my street? Where do I notice God at work in my family? Where do I notice God at work in my own heart? I have a chalkboard in my kitchen and it's kind of like a shopping list. So when I run out of something, I will write it on the chalkboard. And then when I go to write my shopping list, it's the first place I go. Well, my kids very quickly realised how easy it was to add things to my shopping list. So under my plain flour and my vanilla essence and my tin tomatoes, there would be interesting items like an Apple Watch or a BB gun or an Xbox One. But the most common item that they added to my shopping list was a dog. And they did this because they were hoping that I would notice and that I would add what they wanted to my shopping list. And I wonder if God doesn't delight in doing this too. So let me encourage you today to pause, to reflect, to take a moment to notice where God is at work today. Amen.